Hello, beautiful people. I'm so excited. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the things I like about living in Ho Chi Minh City. So, for those of you that don't know, I moved to Ho Chi Minh City a year and a half ago, which is like crazy to me. Last week I did a video about the things that I don't like about living here, and this week I'm doing the things that I do like. And there are a lot of things I like. A lot. So, number one, the first thing, this is so important to me, I like the weather. So, I'm from Denver, and Denver has 4 seasons. It's wonderful, except in the wintertime. It's freezing, and I hate it. I'm from there, I'm used to it. I just don't like it at all. So, living here in Ho Chi Minh City, which is awesome, there are 2 seasons. They have the rainy season and they have the sunny season. They joke because they're like, we have 2 seasons, hot and hot, and they're really not wrong. But the rainy season, when it rains, it rains. I'll show you a clip. It's bananas.
Bóng ai đó nhẹ nhàng vụt qua nơi đây, quyến rũ ngây ngất loạn nhịp làm tim mê say, cuốn lấy áng mây theo cơn sóng xô dập dìu, nụ cười ngọt ngào cho ta tan vào phút giây miên man quên hết con đường về, chẳng thể tìm thấy lối về.
And then when it's warm and it's sunny, it's warm and it's sunny. So obviously I have a significant amount of melanin in my skin. And in Colorado, really in the US, I tend not to like wear sunscreen too much. I don't really feel the need to like cover up because I don't burn very easily. I have burned in the past, yay Arizona. However, not very often do I burn. Unless I'm going to be like out at a pool with the kids or out hiking in the sun for a long time, I typically am okay with just like running in and out all day or hanging out at a park for 30 minutes and not worrying about needing sunscreen in the summertime. Here, when it's the hot season, holy crap, it's hot. Like, I'll see if I can get a picture, but they call them ninjas, and it's all the women because from head to toe, they are covered, which makes sense because people here have fair skin and they are apt to burn easier, more easily than myself, and sunscreen is not gonna do the trick. So they totally cover up. It's like super interesting. I will wear longer sleeves sometimes, but like it's normally just like a very light something, or I now put on sunscreen pretty regularly. So there's that. But it's worth it. I love it. Oh, the weather. Second, the people. Oh my gosh, you guys. The people here are so friendly. So friendly. I've met maybe a handful of people in my year and a half that weren't nice. And I have a tendency just not to care. So if you're not nice to me, that's the end. And you miss out on being friends with me. Not my problem. I don't care. And it's literally like there's so many people here that are so nice and just caring. Now, people go about their business. They are very focused on like they're doing their thing, which is cool. But for example, if someone falls over on their motorbike, if there's an accident, if people look lost, they will stop and help. People don't have to, but they do. So it's like, it's so awesome. Being a foreigner, I've always felt very welcomed. I feel like people really put forth an effort to like, do you need help? Are you okay? To even just like, they're like, do you have friends? I met this guy one time. It was so interesting. I was coming out of the store buying headphones, these headphones actually, and so it was over a year ago. I was having trouble I was trying to ask where another store was, and the security guy didn't understand what I was saying, and this guy just jumped in and he's like, she wants to know da 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 da, and he translated between us, and then we exchanged numbers on WhatsApp, and he and I have been in contact all year, and it's so like, he's like been like, my wife says hi, and my wife just wants to know if you're doing okay, if you have plans this like New Year's, things like that, which is really cool because I just like randomly met you, but my point is they're just good people. I have story after story. They're good people. That's what I'll say. I love it. All right, next, the lifestyle. So there is a work-life balance here, especially if you're a foreigner. So if you're a foreigner and you've come here to teach English, it's really nice because most places, you can work more, but most places are like, yeah, you're tapped at like 22 hours for the week. That's wonderful. Now you can choose to teach more or you can choose to teach less. It's up to you. And I'm sure some of you are thinking, how do you live on 22 hours a week? I will put that in another video because the cost of living here is wonderful, which is actually number 4. The cost of living here is amazing. Compared to the United States, things are significantly cheaper. Everything. So whether it's rent, transportation, food, all of that is so much cheaper than in America, so much cheaper. And so even though you're working less, the cost of living is less, and so it really evens out and gives you free time, which is really nice. I also really like that there's really a lot about family, and spending time with the people that you love. So that's something that I really like about the culture, and seeing it everywhere in a big city. The 5th thing, there are so many new experiences to have. I've been here a year and a half. I have a pretty good routine of like things that I do pretty consistently, but I really like that this city is growing and it's adapting and it's innovating, and because of that, there's always something new. Whether it's like a new place to go and hang out, whether it's there's a new exhibit somewhere, or like there are different people doing different things. And like an exhibit, they have museums, but they will also do these really cool things on Huingwei, which is like it's a big walking street. So kind of think of it like Times Square, but small, itty bitty. But Huingwei, it's this really long street, and they will at times have like just different, like, hey, this month is, they're promoting tourism to Korea, so they will have all sorts of historical things, interesting things, fun and games, traditional Korean things. Like, it's a whole experience that they put on this walking street. Then there's something that's called the Flower Festival, and they ship in flowers from all over the country to have it here. But then they also have different exhibits that kind of branch off of that. It's really cool. There's always something to do here. There are always a million coffee shops to go see. That's my next one. I'm jumping ahead. I'll just tell you. Number 6, I love all the different coffee shops. So there are coffee shops. Like, Starbucks is not a huge thing here. I think I've seen 2 Starbucks. Not super famous. Starbucks is Starbucks. It's famous, but it's very expensive here, and very expensive here. Like, in America, a cup of coffee is $5, and here people are like, whoop, you must have lost your mind. That is out of control, because you can literally get a coffee for $1, and it's amazing coffee. But one thing that I love about the different coffee shops, they don't only offer coffee, they offer tea, and they offer fresh juice. This is like my jam. Oh my gosh, I love it. They will literally, like, I love ordering a strawberry juice, and it's literally a whole bunch of strawberries, that they blend up and they add maybe a little bit of sugar, and that's it. That's my drink. It's amazing, and it's like $2. It's bomb.com. And then they have like, they'll do special mixes. It's amazing. I love the different coffee shops. I love that different coffee shops have different atmospheres. I think that's wonderful. I just love the whole thing. Number 7, I love the traffic. In my last video, I talked about how crazy the traffic is. It's super crazy. It's out of control crazy. But it's an organized chaos. And you definitely have to be careful when driving. You have to be careful when crossing the street. You just need to be careful with your life. However, it's really cool. So you are able to just be like, you are able to take liberties to just do what you need to do cautiously to get where you need to get to. You don't have to wait for like this person to do this or that person to do that. You can just do your thing, and it's really nice. It flows. It works wonderful for me because I don't have the patience for tomfoolery in traffic. Like, I have a tendency to want to go from point A to point B, and that's it. I don't like to lollygag, and so it's wonderful that like if this guy is over here on his phone doing his thing and being ridiculous, I can just be like meep meep and go around him and keep it pushing. And he knows that means like, it's interesting because people beep and it means you're getting too close, or stay where you are. And people do, they're like, oh, I'm getting too close, and they'll move back over, or they just stay right where they are and let the person pass. It's dreamy. The last thing is, for me, it's learning a new language. So I plan on traveling the world and doing really great things, and one of them is learning multiple languages. And the best way, I believe, is to have an immersion. And living in this city is wonderful because I can talk to everyone as much as I can in Vietnamese. I will say that there is a difference. It's made very apparent that there is a difference in accent. So from the north, central, and southern provinces in Vietnam, they all have a little bit of a different accent, which is expected. However, in Vietnamese, sometimes it's like a world of difference. And English too, because I think about some people from New York or like down south, and I'm like, what are you saying? What? And I think it's the same thing for Vietnamese. So it's a process, but living here in Ho Chi Minh City, it's really nice because I'm just completely immersed in the language, and I can talk to anybody that I want to and practice as much as I want. So that's it. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.